it's Lindsay from My Crafty Plans. So excited today. I'm coming at you with a craft with me video, and we are going to be making dash sleeves for ring bound planners. This is probably my most requested craft with me, so I'm really excited to show you all how to do this. It is super easy. So I have my Aura Estelle Cloud over here. This is an A5 wide planner, and this is my memory planner. And then I also have two print pression personal wide ring bound planners. This is the one I'm currently in, and I am in the process of setting this one up. So we're gonna make a new dash sleeve for my personal wide ring bound planner, and we're gonna make one in the A5 Cloud wide size so that you can just see how that works. And I am gonna grab my supplies and grab some stuff out of my planners, and then we will jump in. Okay, so this is what it looks like in my personal wide. So this first one I have here is actually inside a dash sleeve, and basically it opens at the top, and then it's a laminated pouch all the way through. That way you can keep in the papers, because basically I didn't want to ruin the Simply Gilded journaling card, because I like to save those and reuse those, so you can slide whatever you want in there. I do this for nicer journaling cards or for Holly Nichols prints when I have them in my setup. So I have two Simply Gilded journaling cards on this one, which is why I have it in a dash sleeve, and they're super easy to make. Likewise, for the personal wide, I have a few in here, and you know, usually I would just pull the stuff out and like swap it into the new planner setup. But since I'm gonna be making them, I'm making an extra one. They're very easy. Again, I have some papers with Holly Nichols prints and stuff, and basically all you need is your planner dimensions. This would work for any size, and a couple of supplies to make these. So first up, you do need a laminator, and I have this Amazon Basics one. It has two settings, 5 and 3 millimeter, and I'm gonna just turn it on as well to let it warm up. And then you will need a hole punch, obviously, to punch the hole. So this is my hole punch that will actually punch for the personal wide and the Aura Estelle, the A5 size. So because the rings are adjustable on this, you need a paper trimmer, and then you also need laminating pouches. So this is the Amazon Basics brand of laminating pouches that I buy, and these are like letter size. I think they're 3 millimeter or 5 ml. Don't buy like too thick ones. I bought 10 ml ones by accident before, but other than that, you should be fine. And you will actually need 2 laminating pouches to make one dash sleeve. Okay, so I've just pulled out 4 dash sleeves since I'm gonna make an A5 wide size and a personal wide ring bound size. So first I'll make the personal ring bound side. So first off, this is what a laminating pouch looks like. It's got like one side that's sealed together, and then it opens, and usually you would just put whatever you wanna laminate in here and then run it through. I'm actually gonna move my laminator off to the side for a second. And then, but so what you have is on the outside, the paper is quite shiny, and on the inside, it's got like a cloudy look. Hopefully you can kind of see that. I know this is hard to see a little bit because everything's kind of clear. But anyway, so basically what you want to do is you want to cut the pouch to be the size that you want of your planner, and you can cut off the edge. This is not the edge that we're going to laminate. This is the sheet we're going to make the dash sleeve out of. So we're going to cut this one all apart, but you need 2 sheets that are like the whole laminating pouch. So both sides, you need one side of each, and you need them to be the size that you want the dash sleeve. So I'm gonna cut this to be 5 by 7 for my personal wide ring bound planner, which is the size that I like to cut the dash sleeves, which is slightly larger than the inserts in the planner. So I am gonna do that, but it looks like my little cutter is actually missing, so I'm gonna find that first. Okay, so I'm gonna trim this down. I'm gonna trim off like the rounded edge, because I don't want that rounded edge bit. So I am gonna trim a little bit off the edge here for that. And then I'm gonna cut this down to be 5 by 7, and I'm gonna cut it off the open side, because then I can save the rest of the pouch to laminate something. So I'm gonna cut this to be 5 inches, and then I'll trim the other edge down to be 7. That way, if I save this, then I can use this to laminate something else, because if I feed mine in without the bound side, it kind of doesn't work. Then I'm gonna trim this side down to be 7 inches, which is this other side of my planner. For the A5 wide, I think you need to be like 7 by 9. 7 by 10. I will look really quick before I do that one. So anyway, then you have this one 5 by 7 pouch, and actually I wonder if I could, yeah, for the B6 personal wide size, you could actually get away with only having one laminating pouch, because basically what you're gonna do is laminate this inside of a laminating pouch. For the A5 wide, you're gonna definitely need 2 though. So what you wanna do is you separate them into the 2 sheets, and you're gonna flip them in so that the shiny sides are touching instead of the cloudy sides. So regular laminating, if you're laminating something, the cloudy sides would be on the inside, but for making a dash sleeve, you want the shiny sides on the insides and the cloudy sides on the outsides. So then you can stick that inside the regular laminating pouch here. So basically what this does is it like turns it into 2 laminating pouches with like a pocket in the middle. So you want to line it up, and you want to just line it up as closely as possible to like get everything all aligned. Let me move the paper trimmer out of the way here. So I'm going to slide this all the way in, and then I'm going to line this one up inside so that they're like basically on top of each other. And then you just shut this in, and so now you have a double laminated pouch, and then all you have to do is feed that through your laminator. So I'm gonna feed that through this way. Okay, so I'm gonna slide my laminator back out of the way, and now I have, I don't know if you can see it, but like basically this is where the inside pouch ends. It's very hard to see on camera, but then all you have to do is trim this down the way you would anything that you were laminating, except for at the top edge, you're actually gonna slice it open. So this is very similar to making a vellum folder. You're just using 2 laminated pouches instead of a piece of vellum. So this is very hard to see on camera, so I'm gonna do my best. But basically, you just wanna trim, leaving an edge around each side, except for the very top, which you're gonna slice open. Okay, cool. So I may have to trim this a little bit better off camera because it's really hard to see under the lights, but it did work. So I have 3 closed sides and 1 open side at the top where you can stick all of your amazing creations. And then the last step is to hole punch this. So I am gonna hole punch it, and it doesn't really matter what size you're on. And my hole punch is already set to be personal wide size right now because I was making some personal wide stuff. So I'm just gonna line it up with the lines and then punch it. So that is the pouch, and we will go ahead and put something in this in just a second, but I'm gonna make the A5 size one first. Okay, so I just went back and remeasured my cloud insert things, and I am gonna cut this to be 7 1/4 by 9 inches. So that's how long that needs to be. So I do wanna cut off the little curly edge as well, again, because I don't want that rounded corner on my dash sleeve. So I'm gonna cut this to be 7 1/4 tall. And then I'm gonna cut this to save the bound side again, although we won't be able to use this bound one again for this time, and make this one exactly 9 inches. Although I don't really know what you could even laminate in there, but maybe something very tiny. So then I have my 7 1/4 by 9 inch laminating pouch, and I'm gonna grab 1 plain laminating pouch that hasn't been cut. And now my laminator is a little bit finicky, so I am actually just gonna slice off a slight edge. I have a really hard time feeding letter size paper through my laminator. I think it's just like I've kind of abused my laminator with all the foiling that I do on it. And I've like gotten so much stuff stuck in there that it appreciates me trimming down the paper at this point. So anyway, then we have our our laminating cut piece that's 7¼ by 9. And again, I'm gonna flip that inside out so that the cloudy pieces are on the outside and the shiny pieces are touching. And then I'm gonna put that inside the laminating pouch that I just sliced a little bit off of just to make my laminator not hate me. So I'm just gonna put that in again. And just get that lined up as best as I can. And then once it's closed, it stays pretty well because it likes the cloudy sides stick to each other. So that is all in there. And then I'm gonna run that back through my laminator. And that is, to see, I said this is very easy. This is a very easy thing if you have a laminator and the laminating pouches, and a paper trimmer or scissors and a hole punch. That's really all you need. So I'm gonna run this through and then I will slice it down. So then I have this all laminated and pouched out and the other sides are bound. So once again, I am just gonna hole punch it. But I do need to change out my hole punch to be A5 size, which is just pushing that all the way to the edge. So that's why I really like this hole puncher, because then you only need one for both sizes. Okay, so here is my cloud planner and I'm just gonna show you how that fits in. So then I have a new dash sleeve for my cloud planner that I could stick whatever in. I don't really have anything fit. That's a little vellum from Rose Colored Days, but whatever you can fit in there, you know, if you have a sleeve all decorated out that you can put in there. And then here is my new setup that I'm working on. That's probably a sneak peek of, anyway, so here is gonna be my back pocket and I have a Holly Nichols print that I want to use. So this is actually 5 by 7 as well because it's cut for this. So I'm going to need to trim this down a little to fit in the sleeve. So basically what I do is I want to just trim it and get it to be like kind of all lined up, so you see, because it won't go in right away, but I want to be really careful while I'm trimming this stuff and to slide it in. So this is from TWG Designs the Art that I just had made into some dash sleeves, and then this is a Holly Nichols print. So I'm gonna have to trim just a touch off the top as well, and I'm just trying to cut it evenly sort of on both sides. I don't mind trimming the Holly Nichols prints down slightly, but I don't wanna punch them. Anyway, that's my basic goal, is to not punch them. And that Holly Nichols paper is super, super thick, so you have to really press down while you're trimming. Okay, so I've got this all trimmed down now, or at least it should be, and I want the fitness girls facing the back, so I'm gonna slide this in this way, and then I'll just try and like get it as close to this edge as possible so that I have it this as large as possible without interfering with the holes, and then I'll see if this works or if I have to slice it down just a scotch more, which I think I might. So I have the planner. And then, no, actually we're totally fine. So that is how that works. And let me zoom you in. And that is how you make a dash sleeve. Super easy. I hope you enjoyed this video. This works on any size. So you just need to know the dimensions of your dashboard and then cut your art a little bit smaller than that. So anyway, I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, give it a big thumbs up. Check out my other Craft With Me videos, which are all linked down below. And let me know if there's anything that you see on my channel that you want me to make. Just drop it in the comments and I will work on that as well. And anyway, also don't forget to subscribe if you haven't subscribed, and check me out on Instagram at mycraftyplans to keep up with everything going on in my planners. Bye!